What's up, fourth grade? It is Mr. Cole here, and we are on lesson 9. Isn't that incredible? Y'all, we have one more lesson, you guys. One more fun lesson. All right, so today we are going to talk about something that is a little more serious, and we're going to learn a lot of things. But, like always with Mr. Cole, you're going to have a lot of fun. So today we're going to be talking about the safe use of prescription and over-the-counter medications. But before we do that, like always, we got to do a little warm up. We got to do a little jogging of the memory. All right, so if you guys look back to page 23 in your workbooks titled Perfect Health. All right, so what are some of the effects of tobacco use? We talked about this thing called tobacco last week. What are the effects of tobacco use? If you use tobacco, what might happen to you? Go ahead, you can shout out some answers with your indoor voice, of course. All right, yeah. You could have smelly hair. You could end up with wrinkles. You could end up with bad breath. You also end up with increased risk of heart disease. You guys are young, but you should still be concerned. You can end up with shortness of breath. You might not be able to have the breath to do the fun things that you want to do. You might have a hacking cough. Oh, that just sounds painful just looking at that. And last, you might have secondhand smoke. You might be making secondhand smoke amongst all your friends and family. And no one likes that. All right, so follow-up question. What are the benefits of living tobacco free? So we just went over the bad things. What are some of the good things of living tobacco free? Take a moment to think about it. Jog that memory. All right, go ahead and share with your neighbor what you came up with. You might have different answers. Okay, you can go ahead and share with me. Yes, fourth grade. So you can end up with fresher breath. You could end up with more energy. You need all the energy to do all the things. You'll have a better sense of smell. You'll have whiter teeth. Everyone show me your teeth. You'll have whiter teeth. And lastly, you'll have clean smelling hair. Who doesn't want those things? People love it when people have those things. All right, great job, you guys. So we're going to get into today's lesson. Like I said, we're going to be talking about over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But first, go ahead and open your workbooks to page 24, section titled Superneutral Powers. Give you guys a moment to do that. All right, while you're still flipping, we're going to read about a superhero named Captain Thunderwear. Make sure you guys heard that correctly, Captain Thunderwear, whose powers are neutralized after he makes an unhealthy decision. All right, you guys, while we read, listen for unhealthy decision that neutralizes Captain Underwear's superpower. So every time there's an unhealthy decision made, kind of like Kryptonite with Superman, it neutralizes Captain Thunderwear's superpowers. Make sure you guys are listening very carefully in this activity for that. All right. Before we actually get started, I actually need 5 brave volunteers. 5 brave volunteers. Those who want to aspire to be an actress or be on TV. Go ahead and raise your hand, and teacher, with your discretion, pick 5 people to do the 5 characters for our little skit. Give you time to figure that out. Now, if you didn't get picked as one of the 5 volunteers, it's okay, because everyone else will be playing the part of everyone. All right? So now that we have our 5 volunteers and we have our everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the 5 volunteers, you have 10 minutes to take a look at your script, and then you guys are going to act it out with everyone. And those 10 minutes start now. you guys. I hope y'all did a very good job. First off, round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give your classmates a round of applause. Y'all did awesome. Y'all should be on TV. All right. Now, like always, Mr. Cole has some follow-up questions for you guys. So, what was the unhealthy decision? What was the unhealthy decision in our story with Captain Thunderwear? While you're thinking about that, also, what were the consequences of his unhealthy decision? That's right, you guys. Great job. So Captain Thunderwear took someone else's medicine, which neutralized his power and made him sicker. Guess what? That happens in real life too. You take someone else's medicine, you might get sicker. All right, you guys. So where should Captain Thunderwear have gone to find out how to feel better? Where can you go when you're feeling sick? That's right. He should have went to the doctor. The doctor will know what to do or handle how to be sick and make you feel better. If you start to feel sick, what is the first thing that you should do? As a fourth grader, what is the first thing that you think you should do? Let's say we're at school and we start feeling sick. What is the first thing you should do? That's right, you guys. You should tell a trusted adult. That can be a parent, that could be your teacher, that could be the nurse, a trusted adult, someone that you know. Go ahead and tell them. You could also practice getting better using rest and water. Those are two essential things that will help you get better as well. All right, so what do you call medicines that come from doctors? So if a medicine looks like this picture that we have in the top right corner, what can you call it? Or what do you call it? Does anyone know? It's kind of a tricky word. Great job, you guys. They are called prescription medications because a doctor must write a prescription giving you the permission to have this medicine. So all that means, you guys, is the prescription is saying that you and solely you can take that medicine. All right, now let's all turn in our workbooks to section titled Inside Information. We're going to turn to that section because we're going to do a little exercise. See how y'all are paying attention to our story. All right, you guys, so what do you think Dr. Ping Pong Pow would need to know about Captain Underwear before he can prescribe any medication? All right, think about it. This time when you have an answer, go ahead and write your answers on the line provided where it says Inside Information. All right, so next question. What does Dr. Ping Pong Pow, excuse me, he has a PhD, but what does Dr. Ping Pong Pow need to know in order to provide the right medication? All right, and if follow-up question, while you're thinking about that, think about between Shadow Girl and Captain Thunderwear, do you think that they would take the same medication, the exact same medication? Think about that. Go ahead and share with me your thoughts, your opinions. All right, great thoughts, you guys. That's right. So doctors need to know patients' symptoms. That's a huge one. What are they feeling? Their age, weight, in order to prescribe a medication safely. There's a bunch of demographics or factors that come into describing or prescribing the right medication. All right, and one last thing, they also need to know if that person has any allergies. That is a huge factor when it comes to prescribing the right medication. You might be allergic to your friend's medication. All right, so do all medicines need to be prescription from a doctor? Think about it. No, actually. There's also a different type of medication called over-the-counter medications. So those you can usually find at your local pharmacy or grocery store or convenience store. So what are some examples of over-the-counter medications? Think of the medications you may, with your parent, bought from the store. What are some examples of them? That's right. Tylenol, Advil, aspirin, cough syrup. These very generalized medications are all things that you can find over the counter at your local store. All right, great job, you guys. So now we're going to do another activity. All right, so in our story, Captain Thunderwear made an unhealthy decision and knowingly took someone else's medicine. What did that do? That made him get not only stay sick, but he also lost his powers. All right, so do you think he learned his lesson? I'm gonna raise my hand and say I think he learned his lesson. Sometimes when we make mistakes like that, especially like leaving medicines outside of their containers, that is easy for us to think that they're candy or something like that and eat them. So we do not want to do that. That's why you also don't eat strange candy out of wrappers, because it could be medicine. All right, now turn to page 27, section titled Safety Patrol. Okay, so what can you and your family do to safely handle medicines at home? How do you and your family safely handle medicines at home? Go ahead and think about it. In fact, think of 3 ways to safely handle medicines, prescription medicines, and over-the-counter medicines at home. And then write those answers on the lines provided. Give you guys some time to do that. All right, does anyone want to share those answers with Mr. Cole? Don't worry, I'm listening. All right, great job, you guys. Great job coming up with safe ways to handle medicine. I'm glad that you guys are doing these things. All right, so last thing for today, you guys, remember, medicines can be helpful when you are ill and only when you are ill. But they also can be harmful if you are using them incorrectly. So make sure you're using them safely and correctly. You only need medicines when you're not feeling well. When you use them correctly, they make you feel better and you can do all the fun, safe things that you want to do and accomplish all the goals that you want in your life. All right, so that's all I have for you, 4th grade. This is our second to last lesson. I may be so sad next time, who knows? But until then, make sure you guys are having a great day. All right, I will see you next week for our last lesson, 4th grade.